Okay, so we have a new problem. The front steps, I think because they're exposed to the weather so much, cold and hot, they're cracked. So the best solution here is to use, in my opinion, use this circular saw with a masonry blade to cut out those 8 bricks from all sides if possible, and then replace them with new ones. So here goes. I managed to make a cut pretty much all around the broken bricks, and then I'll try to use a hammer and a chisel to chisel them out. Okay, now I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Yes, I can. All right, I have to clean that up. So it looks sort of like that after I've basically removed the bricks. Now I'm going to clean it up a little bit with that little flat crowbar and chisel and hammer, and I'll do the brick laying on another day when it's nicer outside. It's very cloudy and about to rain. After a little more cleanup, that's what it looks like, and stayed like that for a few days until it is drier outside. So I removed a few more cracked bricks. So I've basically removed 16 bricks so far, and that makes exactly half the step. I have 16 more to go, so I'll do that as a separate sub-project. Now what I discovered is that, and I discovered this just as I was about to start putting mortar there, I discovered that there is no mortar below the old bricks. As you can see, the bricks are directly set into what looks like concrete. So I chipped a piece off of that base over there, and there's no bricks underneath. It's all concrete. So I looked it up, and it turns out that I cannot use mortar to set these bricks, at least on the bottom. I have to use something like a Loctite adhesive that is meant for concrete and brick. So I got the Loctite PL8X Premium Fast Grab. They're like $11 each at Home Depot, and I'm going to set the bricks on the existing cement or concrete, and I'm going to fix this piece over here with new cement, and then between the bricks and behind the bricks I'm going to put mortar. So there you go. First thing I did was to use this kind of a wire brush, which is a very hard brush, to clean the concrete as well as the bottom of each brick that I'm going to lay before I put the glue on it. So now I'm going to use a caulking gun like this to apply glue adhesive to the bottom of the brick in a thick layer, and I'm going to stick the brick onto the concrete base of it. Do it in a kind of zigzag motion, and then spread it a little thick. And don't use your hands to do it. Use something like this throwaway piece of wood. I would apply it a little thicker than this. So I put some more glue on the concrete itself and laid the brick with about the same amount of distance between it and the next brick as the other bricks have. There you go. So far, using that method, I have stuck 10 bricks, but then this area, the base is cracked, so I'm going to use this cement patcher to flatten that. I'll mix some water with it and apply it with a flat trowel and flatten that, so tomorrow I can stick the other bricks onto it. So here I am applying the wet patch cement. But this is a trial and error thing for me. So that's what it looks like after I've finished patching, and after it dries, like I said, I'm going to install or stick more of these bricks and fill the gaps with mortar. Now that I have used the adhesive to stick all the bricks that I wanted to, including the one on the cement that I put on that corner, I got this pre-mixed mortar from Home Depot, and I'll give you the name in a few minutes. And all I have to do is add 2.5 cups of water, and I also need to wet the part where I'm putting the mortar, dampen it, not like soaking wet, before I put the mortar, so that the mortar doesn't get too dry too quickly. And then I guess we'll put the mortar in there. So with the 2.5 cups of water, you need to mix it well. It has to have like the consistency of butter, they say. Here I am dampening the area where I'm going to put the mortar. Now I'm adding the mixed mortar. I've never done this before, so wish me luck. So you got to not just put it in there, but also like push it down so that it really engages. So I'll try to do this with one hand, but you get the idea. And after stuffing the mortar in the crevice, I use this finishing tool which I got from Home Depot. I think the brand is Anvil, and you just shape it so it looks neat, and it also presses it down. Well, I ran out of mortar, so I cannot complete those last few steps. I'll do it another day. So this is what it looks like, but I sprayed more water on it using the sprayer, and I'm going to leave it overnight, but I'm going to cover it with this plastic so that the water doesn't evaporate quickly. That way it won't crack. So after completing all the bricks with mortar and letting it dry overnight, this is what it looks like. And what I generally do with bricks is I paint them with paint I buy from a big box store, and this one is like brick color. So just to make the bricks look even, I'm going to paint the new ones that I just laid once this is completely dry. And after I painted the bricks, this is what it looks like now. I still have to do the other half of the step, but that's for another time. So this is what it looks like. It's pretty good.